For you all, here's my question: what's your worth? Last week, I kind of told you a story about when I had been offered a gig, my first real paid speaking gig, and how I was asked a question about what my rate was, and I couldn't really answer that question. And I want to kind of keep into that because I think as I'm talking with different people, I think sometimes we lose sight on what exactly our worth is. I'm going to put some numbers past you. Jeff Bezos, soon to be former CEO of Amazon. Did y'all know he is worth, this was as of last week, this was what Alexa told me. Alexa, Amazon Alexa, she said that he was worth last week 192 billion 600 million thousand, something like that.
So you started with Bill, you went to B.
B.
Okay.
Yes, B. Yeah.
After that, does it really matter about the hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands? Once
After
we
his
get
divorce.
after it's a B,
Listen,
you know.
when she said that, I was like, "Girl, why you playing? Like, why you gonna give me all that?" She wanted to make sure I understood.
In 73 cents.
Listen, Alexa said, "If you're gonna cite me, I'm gonna make sure you get all the information right."
Right.
But listen, this is even after his divorce. Michael Jordan is worth $2.2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry, say what y'all want to say about the wigs he uses.
Hey, shouts out to
Say
Tyler
what you
Perry.
say what y'all want to say about the plot lines and how he takes you up there to bam crash. Say whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He is worth 800 million. No, yeah, 800 million, and he gets a salary of 80 million a year.
Where the money resides, where the
I'm
money
just
resides.
saying. I'm just say what y'all want to say about Brother Tyler. I mean, Oprah Winfrey, $2 billion. I mean, she's already have a big weekend because didn't she get that interview with
Harry and
Meghan?
Meghan?
If you have some stuff that you need to make sure the world gets right, who do you call? You call Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
And look, she gets a salary of 300 million per year. So I was curious the other day, and I started asking Alexa to give me the valuation of various people. And when you think of the stories of these people, there are many different routes they took to get where they are now, but there are also some similarities. That reminds me of the Drake song that says, "Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here." Yeah, I know I'm not that guy, but y'all know what I'm saying. It got me thinking. Everybody, no matter how successful they are, had some type of start. And to be honest with you, many of them had pretty humble starts. I mean, think about it. I remember being in college, and when you didn't want to pay the full price for the books at the bookstore, you went on Amazon.com. I did not know that at some point those books were coming out of this man's garage. Like that's where he started. That's where and if you had told me then that I would be buying underwear, buying light bulbs,
Anything.
buying caskets,
Mm-hmm.
I could actually
A
get
to
it.
Z.
Listen, and everything in between. I could get that from him. Seriously? That's what I could do? And y'all saw how much he's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Up until recently, he was the world's richest person, or he was something. And so you look at the humble Tyler Perry. I mean, man, his stage plays, before they really became a thing, he was sleeping in his car, homeless. And now there are Hollywood producers that were seeking him out to be able to use his studio. He has the largest studio outside of Hollywood. Actually, I think it actually is bigger than the Hollywood studios. Get this, to add insult to injury, on a former Confederate military base.
Mm.
And people are coming after him. So say what y'all want to say. I mean, that's just it. I have a friend of mine. Y'all remember Frida that came on a few weeks ago? Her husband actually is a recurring cast member on Young Dylan.
Okay.
And he was just telling me the story about how they have a whole system set up. They flew him out on his private jet. They actually had a house set up for all the cast. They're in a house, and he had to share this huge house with another person. They have a whole system in place, and he's able to do that. And while production stopped all over the world, Tyler Perry was able to actually make it happen because he figured it out. And people going, that's where he's at. And so one of the things I want you all to be encouraged about is you got to figure out what your worth is. What is the worth that you want to have later on down the road? Mike, my question to you is, do you know your worth? Right? Chris, do you know your worth? Have you thought about what your worth is?
I've thought about it. To say that I know what it is I don't know that I know that answer, but I
Mm-hmm.
definitely have thought about it, and I've thought about how to try to increase it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So as we're answering this question, here's some questions to ask you. Like, first of all, what is it that you bring to the table? Like, I think a lot of times we get so used to, and I can be honest with you, having been in ministry for a long time, in ministry, we see, we work where we work at, and like, you're given resources and tools to do your job, but it seems like in ministry, it's always like there's nothing available, right? It's all, the willing, whosoever will club. Remember that, like growing up? And so a lot of times we do things and we do that, but then there comes a point where you got to realize, man, I bring something to the table. Like, I actually bring some kind of value. And here's where you really figure out what kind of value you bring to the table. When you're not able to do it, and then people are willing to pay money to get what you would have done.
man.
And that's when you start really realizing, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I get it. I get it. Now you see what I'm saying? And y'all have noticed that when people are willing to pay for what you bring to the table, but you're not available to do it for free, right? Here's the other thing. What impact does your gifting or service have on the organization or the community you are a part of? Here's the third thing. What did you have to do to get where you are? All of us have been through, we have college education, right? That wasn't cheap. That wasn't free. We may have gotten scholarships and grants and certain things like that, but that was time. That was time we weren't going to get back. So you have a credential that you bring to the table, right? And I'm not saying, for the record, I want to make sure I'm clear. If you don't have a college degree, I'm not saying that you're not worth anything. But what I am saying is that there's something that we bring to the table in the form of our education. Some people, they may not have the education, but they have decades of experience. You can't do anything with not that. I can't talk today, right? But y'all get what I'm saying.
I definitely get what you're saying, Mike.
Why? Here's the thing that you're talking about. When you're talking about what are you worth, why is that important to you? Like, why is it important to you? And where do you want to go from here? Each of the individuals I mentioned earlier could answer those questions, and to be honest with you, would blow us all away. I remember watching the creator of Blackish. There was something on Netflix, I think it's called Black AF, and one of the episodes was him talking to Tyler Perry. And he was kind of
one of the best episodes.
One of the best episodes, I agree. And I think it was episode 6 or 7. And he was saying, because people were joking. People were joking about Tyler. And Tyler Perry said, I don't give a beep. He was like, because there are people who want what I'm giving, and it's working. And I really appreciated that. So anyway, I want you all to be thinking about, what are you really worth?